The whole idea about carry-on versus checked baggage is that carry-on is small and light and handy. Now, if you start putting your dive gear into a bag along with other things you need, like maybe some clothing and maybe some personal effects and so on, you start putting your dive gear in there too. Pretty soon, your carry-on bag is not small and compact. It's not light, it's heavy, and it's not stuff that you really need. Yeah? So it starts to get bigger and bigger. And the fact is, if you watch YouTube or read any Instagram accounts about the complaints from airlines, employees, and from many airline passengers as well, about people taking too much onto the carry-on. Yeah, they don't want checked baggage. I have been on many, many dive trips myself, my family and my friends, and hundreds of other divers with me. I can think of one example in those thousands of flights and dive trips of somebody losing their dive bag. And it is very, very upsetting. Now, other divers have told me it's happened to them. I don't know if it's true or not. The point is, it happens. But it's extremely rare. Extremely rare. You're much more likely to miss your flight. Happens a lot more often than losing a dive bag. One trip we were on, I'll tell you about it just quickly. We were diving in Truck Lagoon, all right? So in the South Pacific, Truck Lagoon, diving on the fantastic shipwrecks down there. And a dive bag we had a group of 16 divers, a dive bag got lost. Yeah. My wife, Diana's dive bag didn't show up. But big deal, showed up 2 days later. In the meantime, she bored a bit of gear here, a bit of gear there, and she went diving with it. It wasn't a really big deal. It was unfortunate. It happened. She got her whole bag 2 days later. Wasn't a big deal. My point to all that is, it's not going to happen. So why would you burden yourself, stress yourself out by taking your dive gear into the plane with you? I usually suggest you take your computer. A couple of reasons for that. First of all, your computer is expensive. Secondly, the computer can be a little bit sensitive. You would like to keep it someplace where it's not going to get cold or banged around or thrown around. That can happen. Yeah. And thirdly, you can use your computer anytime. Yeah, like mine. There it is right there. So yes, if you're using a dive computer, I think most divers today are, and if the dive computer happens to be a wrist mount, as opposed to a regulator or a hose mount, then leave it on for the time. Oh yeah, sure, it's August the 6th already, Kevin. Yeah, 12 o'clock. So it's actually very, very handy, and that's your dive computer. So when you get to the dive site, you've got your computer. That's no problem, and that's not really a part of your carry-on baggage. This is all my opinion. So there you go. I just don't think that there's any real good reason to carry a lot of dive gear onto the plane with you. Entirely up to you. That's my viewpoint. Send me your comments. Let me know what you think, what your experiences are.